Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We're finally back. Can you guys believe it? It feels like it's been forever. And my apologies for not being with you guys last night. I was super under the weather, but today I'm feeling much, much, much better. So, welcome, everybody. Hey, Vic. Hey, Brigitte. Hey, Mika. I will definitely get you a reading in just a minute, okay? Just want to let everybody kind of roll in, share out if you guys have a minute. I would really appreciate that so we can help as many people as we can tonight. Hi, Alicia. Hey, Madeline. Wow, we got all kind of new people. It's so happy and exciting to have everybody here. I will get you guys a reading. Bear with me. We're going to go little by little. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the energy that's kind of moving. So it's been chaotic. If you guys have been feeling sick to your stomach, headaches, backaches, body aches in general, like you've got the flu, like you're coming down with something, you probably are. It's called no more shititis. It's called I can't take any more shit, right? That's where we are. Everybody's suffering with it. Some people are having it physically, like I was last night, still a little bit today. And some people are just feeling it emotionally. Hopefully, you're not feeling it physically as much as I have been because it's no fun, but that's where we are. So, as we're kind of moving through the week, be prepared, you guys, because I know Mercury is going retrograde. I believe that's starting tomorrow, but I want to be clear. It's not what everybody always thinks it is. It's not always electronics and don't sign contracts and don't buy new things. It's not that. It really is more about how we communicate in relationships most of the time. So be prepared. If you are on the verge or of the brink of stepping off the cliff with a relationship, this weekend might be your weekend. So if you don't want that to happen, really kind of roll yourself back in. I was giving my clients advice today of just get a bottle of wine and crack some movies this weekend and like don't talk to anybody. Don't go out in public. Stay in your pajamas. It's a jungle out there. But that's where we are. Oh, Brigitte. Oh, thanks, Carol. Thanks, Brigitte. I look good. Thanks. I've tried. I'm freezing, believe it or not, in El Paso, but I am absolutely freezing my bum off over here. But I appreciate you guys being here so much tonight. It's been weird being away from y'all. I'm just happy to be in. And y'all are never going to believe it, but I did buy a deck of tarot cards just for you guys because I know how much y'all like them, even though I don't use them. But I'm going to use them tonight just kind of for the imagery for you guys. And it's a really cool deck. It's called the Shaman's Dream Oracle. They're pretty sweet. Unlike Rachel's, they have no explanations on them, which means if you're expecting me to read symbology, maybe not. But I'm still going to be doing my regular type of readings. So we will just we'll get going. And Brigitte said, no more shit, please. I agree, darling. I'm not a sanitation worker, and neither are you. I'm super good over here. I'm all stocked up on crazy, right? Isn't that what they said, and as good as it gets? That's pretty much where I'm at. So let's kick it off. And again, welcome to everybody. I'm going to jump in. Brigitte, if you guys want readings, let me know, Carol. So if you guys are wanting a reading and you haven't put in reading, please let me know. Also, if you have a particular question, be sure to ask your question so I can get as specific as possible. All right. And we will just kick it off. So we're going to start the day, it looks like, with Mika. So welcome, Miss Mika Robinson. We're so glad that you're here. If you do have a question, like I said, you can pop it in down at the bottom and I will get to you absolutely. But let's get this rolling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these new tarot cards from the Shaman's Dream deck for you. And then I'm going to go behind that and actually explain more in depth and give you more of a reading. So I'm just going to kind of, pull it out of the air. That's where we are right now. And so the one that I am pulling for you says a tidy house, clarity and organization. Now these cards are just lovely. Let me get it to where you guys can see it better. There we go. They're really, really pretty. And so Mika, this card for me, first of all, it has a 1 on it, which is interesting. One's always that's about you, right? Like obviously, but it's about you. So here's the thing where you're concerned is that you have too much concern with other people and not enough concern with yourself. So the tidying and the organizing is about tidying and organizing your house, which means here and here. It's not a physical, literal house, but it's tidying up this part. My grandmother used to say to me all the time, you can tell a lot by a person by the way they keep their house and their car. It's the way they keep their noggin. So it's about that. It's about you pulling things together and not putting so much focus on other people, their problems, or what the hell they think all the time. It's always in the back burner, that feeling of Am I enough? Is it going to be enough? Are they enough even? There's this constant sense of worry with you. Like, I don't know. It's not negative, sweetie. It just feels like it's fear-based of waiting on the other shoe to drop all the time. And so this is really about you. It's about you making the decisions and the movement to kind of move along in this world without the consideration really of other people. Darling, you come in alone and you will leave alone. I can guarantee it happens all the time. So I hope that helps a little bit. I'm going to jump down and see if there were any comments. Hey, Janet. Hey, Katrina. Oh, Katrina Robertson. Guys, that is my oldest and bestest friend on the planet. She is my blood sister. I am so excited because she never comes in. That's flipping awesome. Yay. So, Mika, that was you, sweetie. I'm going to jump in. And Katrina, if you want a reading, let me know. I will be happy because I haven't given Katrina a reading in maybe 15 years. I don't even know how long it's been. Holy camole. Looks like Miss Alicia Link is next. Welcome, Miss Alicia. And that baby in the picture is absolutely precious. I love missing babies. I would keep on breeding if God thought it was something that I could do. But at this point, I think all I would push out was a damn dust ball. That's where we are in life. Menopause, she has wrecked the playground. I'm here to tell you. All right, Miss Mika. Ooh, this is a good one. So the number on this one is 29, but that comes to an 11, right? And 11's a mastery number. And this one is called the Horned Cactus. It's about resourcefulness. Isn't that cool? These cards are so cool. I love them. The light in them is really awesome. And I probably shouldn't stick my head out like that because it's weird. So I'm going to put my face behind them. Just kidding. Anyway, this is where you are. So it's all about resourcefulness, okay? The thing with you is that you are kind of a goddess. And it's so funny because, so nobody take any offense to this because it sure isn't meant this way, but you're like a Nazi goddess. It's like you are so about giving orders and making sure everything's in control in Alicia's world, even if it's not in control. But if you feel like you've got control over it, man, you are on it. You are a goddess when it comes to that and keeping things moving forward. You like to keep busy and make sure that everybody's doing what they need to do. One of the major things that I see with you is how aggravated you get with other people not completing tasks or doing what they say they're going to do. And I get it because I'm the same animal. But sometimes we have to lighten up on people and remember we're all just human at the end of the day, and no two people do anything the same way. So it's kind of that. It's kind of like saying, hey, listen, give other people a break a little bit. Maybe don't expect as much from them. And I know that's hard because we feel like we're supposed to, but maybe we're not. Maybe we're just supposed to expect from ourselves what we expect from other people. Maybe that's what it is. So there it is in a nutshell, sister girl. Back off the control just a little bit. And I do say that lovingly. Listen, as a sister and a woman, I get it. If I didn't run this ship hard, right, this whole place would blow up. In fact, yesterday when I was sick, I couldn't get off the sofa. The 12-year-old, 2 dogs and 2 cats had run of the house. And I swear to God, it looked like Satan puked all over my house. 2 hours later, this whole place was destroyed. So I get it. I get it. I get it. I just had to get up and clean it and not get mad that the 12-year-old and the 4 animals couldn't manage it the way I wanted it managed. There it is. But it's a pain in the butt, right? We want people to meet our expectations. I get that. I mean, we're all guilty of that. Everybody is. The truth is we can't even meet our own half the time, right? So it kind of has to start at home. Let me jump in really quick. Oh, Alicia, you're welcome. You completely needed to hear that. Well, I'm happy, sweetie. I hope that resonates with you. And I hope you guys know, especially you new guys like Holly Burling. Nice to have you, Miss Holly. I hope you guys know that when I'm giving you readings like this, and sometimes it gets pretty personal, it is never targeted at you, but it is about being brutally honest so that you can kind of help yourself. So I appreciate that, sweetie. And I appreciate you being with us tonight. Let's see, Miss Madeline Maddles. What a name. I love that. It sounds like the perfect name for a doll collection. I really, really love that. Let's see. What have we got? Scroll it down, scroll it down. Alicia, oh, you know Mika. Everybody knows everybody in here. It's so crazy. So Miss Madeline had a question about how will her trip go with Edgit. Is that right? Or was that a misspell? I'm not sure. October, November. And will you guys be married soon? Girl, you can still change your mind and dodge that bullet. I'm messing with you, kind of. But let me jump in and see what I can figure out for you. So let me pull one of the tarot cards for you. Ooh, nice. So you got 24, which reduces down to a 6, obviously, but you got the galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. There it is. So this one is really interesting because this one is all about coming into reality and out of fantasy or illusion. So there may be some aspect of this that you have been kind of fantasizing about that's not necessarily grounded in reality all the way. That can be really tricky. Now, I will say this, where that trip goes and will you be married soon? Yes, I do see that. You have real soulmate energy going on here. But I will also say there is a big aspect of where you're expecting your partner to kind of make the grounded decisions and your partner wants you to make grounded decisions. So this is where the illusion comes in, where a little bit of illusion and confusion can come in, but where we can get a little lost in how we communicate. The commitment is there. I don't have a problem with that, but it's the communication. So let me see, are we going in October? It looks more for me, this looks more like you guys are going in the first week of November. In fact, closer to my birthday, which is November 7th. It looks like you guys are going to move more in that time. I don't know why I'm seeing like, I don't know if this is hills or mountains, but for some reason I see you guys driving in, around, and through something of that nature. It will happen, but it looks like November for me, like the first week in November. So everything will be fine, sweet girl. Just make sure that you guys are communicating effectively about who's doing what. Because if you guys are both expecting the other one to kind of keep it grounded and keep things on the up and up and figuring things out, you might both wind up at the end of the hill going, what the hell just happened after you guys tumbled down it, right? So be careful with that. Miscommunication, 99% of the problems in the world. If we all just get on board and say what it is, mean what we say, then everything goes a lot easier. So hopefully that will help you, sweetie, to move through things a little bit. But if you guys have more specific questions, even if I've already given you a reading, you can ask your questions. That's what I'm here for. I live to serve. I'm just here to help every way that I can. So let me jump through. Janet Armstrong, how are you doing, sweet girl? It's so cool to see you guys. And I'm going to have some coffee. Sure, it's coffee, right? It's totally not. But here's the great thing about being older. I always couldn't wait until I got to be my age because you're forgiven. I'm going to be one of those old ladies who's slapping young men on the asses and walking around with Pat's Blue Ribbon. I can tell you right now, because that's pretty much what my goal in life is. I don't have big goals. So Miss Janet, let's see. Jump down here. Madeline says, yes, it's the first week of November. Awesome. Very cool. So you're going to leave. Okay, October 31st is the first day you leave to the 7th of November on my birthday. Who knew? The 7th was what I was picking up. It was that time frame in between, like the 3rd to the 7th is where things look the busiest for me. And you are very, very welcome, sweetie. And it's pronounced Ajit. Is that right? I hope I've got that right. I hope I didn't murder that. And your last name is Madela. Okay. Very nice, sweet girl. All right, let me jump up. Miss Janet, what does the whole universe, the whole big one, want Janet to know? I can't wait to see how many of you guys have just had a week from you know what. It has been a hot something. And I'm going to try to watch my language because I don't know if there's children somewhere in the zone listening to what old Auntie Jen's saying, but it's probably good, not good. What's going on in here and what's coming out of here, two totally different conversations. All right, Miss Janet, let's see where we are. So I'm going to pull one from the new deck, and the one I'm pulling for you is right on top. It's beautiful. This is a 3. This is the Trinity, right? It's called Benefactor, and it's about grace and generosity. There we go, Janet. I hope you can see that well. Grace and generosity. And so in this one, what comes up for me is it's the little things that we do for people, right? It's the little things that are done for us and the little things that we do for other people. that really dictate who we are as a soul and an entity on this planet and what we're doing. It's not the big stuff. It's the stuff nobody ever sees, the everyday little things that we feel like get overlooked. That's just our insecurity, but they don't really. They don't really get overlooked, even when we feel like maybe they are. Yours are not overlooked at all. I think where yours comes in, there's the influence of so many other hearts and people that you are connected and tied to on a daily basis of dealing with, caring for, holding up, standing strong for all of these people, that a lot of the times it feels like you just want to fall over, right? Like it's too much. You're like, I've just had enough, right? Like if the good Lord or the Reaper wants to come get me, to bring it on. But your work has not been overlooked, and your successes are in the way you view you, not in the way that somebody else views you. Not even a little bit. You're a good friend. You're good to other people. You're a good leader. You're somebody who should be very confident in who and what you do. So just know that the little things are not being overlooked, and you need to make sure that you are aware of the little things in other people as well. But everything for you is quite beautiful. I'm really happy to know you, Miss Janet Armstrong. I think you're a heck of a person. But just stay in that mind state of gratitude, right? It is the little things. When we look at relationships with people, it's not always the big things that make it or break it, is it? It's the little things. It's the chewing with the mouth open, or or the fact that they hold the door for you, or do you know what I mean? It's all the little things that compound and add up. And those things are just so super, super important. The big stuff, okay, it matters, but not quite as much. It's the little stuff. So I hope that helps out. Let me jump down, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Holly, I will get to you in just a minute, sweetie. Okay, I'm getting there. Y'all bear with me. The old lady's slow sometimes. So that's why I got the chains now. I'm so tired of chasing these damn glasses around. I could rip my hair out. There's just not that much to rip out anymore. So let me see where I'm at. Katrina, I love you too, sweetie. And we're going to get to Miss Holly. All right. And hey, Kelsey, I see you, girl. I will get to you in just a second. Absolutely. Oh, Holly, we're so happy to have you here. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm like quiet and reading. I get a little lost sometimes in my own head, but we're so happy to have you guys here. Anytime somebody new comes in, you guys are stepping into a group of women who are very supportive and very kind. And it's our goal to make sure that you guys feel that love and that strength when you're here. So we're grateful you're here, sweet girl. Let me jump in, Miss Holly. Ooh, thanks. See, I'm so used to doing it the old way. I need to pull one of the other cards for you first. So let me just see which one feels right to me. I don't know why, but that one feels like the right one. Okay, here it comes. 28. That reduces to 10, which comes to a 1. So this is all about you. And this one is called Hollow Bone, Teachability. Hollow bone. You know what the interesting thing about hollow bones is they get filled up with marrow, something that's very rich and nourishing and something that gives them strength. And you are somebody who is also searching for something to fill you up and nourish you and fill you with strength. I think the majority of that is love, but in every capacity, not just in romantic type love situations, but in every capacity. You're so empathetic, you're so open, and I would dare to say psychic to a degree, that you're constantly searching for someone who sees you, for someone to fill you up in that way. And it's an interesting thing because it's something obviously you have to do for yourself, but I think your friends fill you up, and I think a lot of people come in to do it, and sometimes you overlook it. I think there's a lot of times when you don't feel worthy, or you feel like you're less than when it comes to other people, but you're not at all. The spiritual side of you is so, oh God, how do I put this? I'm trying to get the right word. Gasping for air. It's gasping and it's grasping. It's waiting for you to open yourself up completely 100% without fear to let it in. If you can do that, I see pulling hard, really, really hard with you, especially with like crystals and pendulums and things like that. I think you're going to be somebody who works with energy a lot with other people and even with yourself. But I would like to see you kind of working in those areas. You have such a strong pull to feminine sacred energy, that it would be really beautiful to see you do that. And you have a strong role to teach and lead. So there's also an aspect in that area where if you can pull yourself kind of out of this little rut, it's not even a big one, but if you can pull yourself all the way up by your bootstraps, I think you're going to be teaching and leading, especially with youth and young people, energetically in a big way. But it's just about recognizing the goddess in you. I think other people see it. I think you just haven't yet. So see if you can stand in the mirror and find that girl, that vivacious, ball busting, not afraid of anything girl, and pull her out and get her moving. And you are going to be just fine. So, Miss Holly, that was for you. And I hope that that makes sense, and I hope it helps. And if it didn't, I'm sorry. I did the best I could do. I'm teasing. But I'm really glad to have you guys in here. All right, let me jump down, make sure I'm not missing anybody, and you are very welcome. Oh, let's see. Did I miss? I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Good geez Louise. If I've missed you, just tell me in the chat. It's always hard managing the chat by myself, because I am sure. Okay, so there it was. Katrina. Katrina would like a reading. If I'm brave enough, she said. What a smart ass. Katrina and I, we have one of those still magnolias kind of relationships. I would say for sure I am Weezer. But we definitely have that relationship going on. So, all right, Katrina, I ain't scared. I got girl balls all day long, so let's get rolling with it. Let me find a tarot card for Miss Katrina and see which one works for her. I swear, if something comes up that I think it's going to be, I'm going to laugh my butt off. It's the same card. Out of 70-something cards. Katrina, you got the benefactor, the grace and generosity, and the Trinity, of course, Trini. No shocker there, right? So again, it's going back to the little things, all the little things that you do, all the little things that are done for you. I know with you, grace and generosity is not an issue in the sense of how you handle your life and how you handle other people. It's what you do all day, every day. I think you even do it in your sleep. I swear to God. You're probably one of the most humble, kind people I've ever met in my life, which is why I'm honored to call you my sister. But there's been so much focus on other people, especially mom and dad. I feel a lot of focus with your dad lately, and a lot of energy that's being pulled towards your dad and the memory of dad and kind of all of that stuff. It looks like you guys are going through almost like a repetitious cycle. And then also with James, I usually don't say people's names on here, but there's something, James has a big change coming in. There's a lot of new beginnings for him, but there are also for you guys as a family, there's something that's coming in to kind of knock you guys off balance, but it's going to bring you back in balance. It's kind of like watching that pendulum swing. Do you know what I mean? It's like arcing really high in one point. It's going to come back down. We're getting back down to that balance thing. I see that coming in around in December, to be honest with you. But it looks like there's going to be some stuff coming up financially. I want to say this is with an older person, but there will be some need to take over finances to some degree. So I'm not sure if this is Jim's mom or your mom, but it looks like someone is going to need a helping hand when it comes in that way. I do see that your brother will be coming in a little bit to help with things. And then with little man in school, there are some interesting things. He's so funny, cracks me up. He and Romy are so similar in so many ways. He's so firm without being harsh. I love how he just, he just is who he is. Like he's just got his thing. And he's always worried that he's not doing it enough or that he's messing it up. I mean, I think in his head it's always, I'm weird, I'm different, I'm odd, and like he feels almost out of control sometimes emotionally on the inside. He just doesn't show it quite as much on the outside. But this child's going to be just fine. I'm not worried about him. It's interesting though, also because he's interested in money. So whatever this is, it's coming up financially that you guys are going to have to assist on to a degree. It's funny because it looks like he comes into it and kind of recognizes it and sees what he can do also, like his input into the situation, which is really cute. It also looks like, I don't know if he's got another thing coming up where he's doing donations again, but it feels like that's coming back around, because I know that child always has a project where he's helping somebody. But that's what I see going on with you, sweet girl. So it's just kind of, again, that loop thing. If you guys are kind of revisiting some things, there's some new aspects coming in with that, but it is repetitious in nature. So it's something you guys have already experienced. We're just experiencing it kind of in a different way this time. It's just taken a little bit of a different form, but everything's going to be fine. So, you know, you're protected by the angels, girl. I have zero questions ever about that. I should save you for last. It's been a week. Hey, it's no worries. So James just started vocational high school. B started junior high. Ooh, high school already? Seriously? That all happened. Like last week, I was changing that kid's diaper. You got to be kidding me. Holy camole. But if you have specific questions, Katrina, just ask me, sweetie. I will get on them. And again, that goes for all of you guys. If I didn't answer your question and you have a specific question, feel free. It's not going to bother me a bit to get in here and try to get questions answered for you guys. Let me jump over to Kelsey. Let me read what you wrote here, Kels. You would like a reading as to when work will get better. Right now, you're extremely frustrated and ready to find something else. You can't. This is not the time to jump. Things will get better with this, but right now is not the time to jump. I think 90% of what you're picking up on is the same anxiety that has always kind of been there with you a little bit, but also the energetic flow right now. It's really harsh. So let me pull a card for you. It is 48, which comes to a 12 down to a 3. So again, it's a Trinity card. This card is called Sky Dancers and Surrender, but let me show you the card first. It's really beautiful. So this is about transformation, darling. It's about surrendering to transformation without fear, right? It's about going with the flow and not being afraid of change. If there's one thing that I pick up with you, it's that you don't love change. Some people love it. I crave it. Other people aren't as comfortable with it. And with you, it's definitely that way. You like things in a very particular way. But change is required to shake you out of your box sometimes, because I know with you, you put yourself in a box. A lot of the times, if this is comfortable for me, this is the only way it can be. If it's any different, I'm not good with it. But now is not the time to quit on this, because what you would be quitting on is yourself. This whole thing is about adaptability. It's about learning how to manage yourself in relationships with people again, and also just in general. But you have to be realistic about, if you decided on a whim to step back here, you would be shooting yourself in the foot in a bad, bad way. So please don't do that. What you do have to do is kind of be your own caregiver in this, and realize that this is pushing you out of the box. It is a catalyst for you. It's a catalyst for you to learn how to deal with other people, even when you can't stand them, or when you feel like there's confusion within the workplace, which is what most of it feels like for me. It feels like you're getting pulled in a bunch of directions and you don't understand why. But you have to kind of sit with this. It's okay to be in chaos if you're not chaotic. A calm, controlled person can be in chaos and just watch it all burn down. I watch it happen all day, every day. I'm calm, I'm in control, and there's a tornado around me 24/7, literally and figuratively. But you have to be able to do that. So you have to step back just a little bit, sweetheart, and find your way through this, okay? But it will be fine. I promise you, Kelsey. Just don't give up on yourself just yet, okay? Because that's exactly what it would be. You give up, you're giving up on you. For sure. All right. Holly, I got you. Who am I missing here? Oh, Carol, I didn't miss you, but I scrolled past you. I'm sorry. Carol, did you want a reading? Because I didn't see that in there. And Brigitte wants a reading as well. How about I start with Brigitte? And Carol, if you want a reading, you just tell me and I will get to it. Hi, Matt Link. Hey, Michael. Hey, Lisa. I'm glad you guys are here. If you can bear with me, I will get to you guys. Absolutely. If you can give me just a second. Kelsey, you need to pay better attention during the shows. You just have lots going on. Honey, we all do. But you know what? If you can't be in the moment, that's probably a lot of the frustration that's going on with you. I hear it. Nobody's judging you, but you got to stay in the moment, sister. If you don't, you're going to find yourself in a bad position. So let me go ahead and jump over. I'm going to go ahead and give Carol a reading, in fact, and then I'll get to Brigitte. And then Michael, I will get to you as well, okay? So I'm going to pull from the new deck. What do you guys think about this thing? Do you like it? Y'all know I don't do tarot cards, and you know why? I got tiny little midget hands. Look how big these damn things are. My hands are not big enough to deal with them. Playing cards, right? Playing cards, that's what, it's an easy transition from readings to poker, right? From making money to spending money. That was a bad joke, but it's kind of true. Nah, it's not. I don't play poker. Okay. So, Miss Carol, you got 63 reduced down to 9, right? And yours is called Winter's Dream. It's the gestation period. Jesus, I hope you're not gestating, at least not the way I would think of it. But this is what it is. Listen, it is, all joking aside, this is a period for you where things are literally baking. You are literally sitting there stewing on things to the point where eventually it's going to have to blow. So we're coming up in a period, and I think it's safe to say now, where you're about to make some big changes in life. It has to happen. You're at a point where you're like, I can't anymore, right? Like it's at this point about mature communication with everybody. And if you're not having that with the people around you, you're like, I'm done. I'm out, right? I can't handle it anymore. It's the death of a lot of relationships. I will say it in that way, or at least the way that you viewed them before. So it's like, not that you've ever been a person who had blinders on or had rose-colored glasses, but for sure you are not George Jones in it anymore. You're like, that's it. I'm super, super good over here. That's the big thing that comes out. And you have to continue grounding work really hard. I know you do that a lot. I think sometimes it's hard to facilitate given your workload and what's going on with you, but it's crucial that you're doing that. The other thing that comes up for me is that there's, I don't know if this is somebody coming in, Carol, but there's something about combining. There's a situation that's going to come in where it's going to be you and another person either combining energy or combining lives. And it's kind of hard for me to tell right now. It almost feels more like energy in the sense of working in a collaboration or working together, because it feels super kind of work related. But yeah, that's coming in. New job, I just can't see you staying there. I think there's a level of healthy procrastination that's happening that's kind of holding you in place. It's logical, it's rational, but there's an undercurrent here. I can feel it coming up my belly into my chest of like, I can't stomach this much longer. So you're going to have to deal with that and face that pretty soon. I think this gestation period is exactly that, right? When this thing comes to full term, all joking aside, you're going to have to deal with it. And I think that's where we are. So let's just say that you're in the second trimester right now. And I think you're moving towards the third. So get ready, my sister, because change is she do be a coming again. But it's going to be around job this time. I think normally with you, it's not. There's aggravations with job, but it's not the need to change job. I think we're kind of getting to that point. Or early retirement, if you can do that. That would even be better. I would like that even more. All right, Miss Brigitte, let me get on to my girl and see what is going on. All right, let me pull one of these tarot cards. If y'all saw me shuffling these things, y'all would be laughing so hard. I swear to God, my hands are the size of a 3-year-old. It's a whole production over here. I think the animals are giggling at me too, because it's just kind of sad to watch it. Okay. Miss Brigitte, your card is a 10, which obviously back to a 1, right? So all about you. It's called Deep Diver, and it's all about diving into a task. You see? This is you 100% making the plunge. Making the plunge not only physically, but also metaphorically to a degree, but making the plunge into everything. It's like, like somebody liberated you from you. And when I see you in this movement, it's just like you running forward, like full steam. Like there's just no trees, nothing in front of you. It's just wide open, running through a 1,000-acre field. You're just go, 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 go. And it is about you finally immersing yourself in committing to your whole life and not just portions of it. So it's everything coming together at one time, right? This is the culmination of many, many little things that are wrapping up into one big thing. And I see you on that path really hard, even going through into December and January. But it is an intense deep dive. And I love that because also you're carrying a lot of energy for the group. I know in the collective, you girls are also tight, but you are carrying and harnessing so much for everybody. And that's where you shine. That's your thing, is that deep dive, that being so intensely and immensely in things that it's where you really pull your self-worth and your strength. So keep on doing it, baby. Keep running through the field. Keep on diving in. That's the only path you're supposed to be on right now, is just diving in. I've got a brand new wetsuit in the closet if you want it. I'm never going to wear it, but if you need it, let me know so you can dive a little more securely, maybe a little more warmly. Speaking of warm, I do want to say this for all of you guys that are in that region of the country, in Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia, those areas, you guys are going to get early snows and they are going to be intense this year. So if there are things you need to do to your homes or things you need to do to prepare, like new heaters or whatever, please don't piss around. I don't know any other way to say it. You guys are going to take a really big blast this year, so just be prepared. It'll be quite a bit. All right, let me see. Scrolling down, Michael. Robusto. Ah, I wonder if Michael is Italian. Robusto is an Italian name, but Michele. All right, let's see. Ah, Michael, I think you were here the other day with Victor. I think I remember seeing a similar message. Okay, let's see where we are. 1 second, Michael, and I got you. So you want to see what Libra Sarah's feelings are about you. So she's Libra, you're Leo. Always an interesting combination, but I think everybody's an interesting combination because people are just weird and interesting. We're all weird and we're all interesting. So the card I'm pulling for you is a 22, which comes down to a 4. And Michael, I think you probably know what that means. I think you're heavily involved in spiritual work. So I'm pretty sure that you understand all of this very clearly. So I won't go too far into that. But what you got is the Fool's Embrace. It's about transmuting pain. Okay? So here we are. Beautiful card. It's really, really cool. So here's the thing. This is the first thing that I pull up. And this is going to be maybe a little bit longer than just how Sarah feels about you. I think that you are so fluid and that you are so emotional that you have dips a lot that can be hard for other people to read. I think it's because you're so empathic and psychic that it makes it hard for other people to understand you 100%, because you don't even understand you 100% all the time. It's a little up and down. Now, I am not saying that in any way like it's come se chiama, chemical imbalances. It's nothing like that. This is just your nature, right? It's just who you are. You dive really deep, kind of like what Brigitte does, and then you go way out, right? So where Sarah is concerned, I think the feelings can be a bit delusional on both sides for you guys sometimes, but I do feel like that with you, your feelings towards her are more intense right now than her feelings are. Not that this isn't something that won't balance up, but we go through these phases where one person's exerting a lot. I feel like with you, you do exert a lot. And it's a lot of go. I want to start now. You're like not just feet in, you're like whole body in, right? Like it's just go, move. With her, it feels more like I don't know why I feel like she's got like family pull. There's something connecting her family wise that keeps her from making a lot of decisions in her life. But I definitely feel that where you're concerned, there is love and caring, but I think you have to back up just a little bit. I think sometimes it's a little much for her because you can be super intense. And that's hard for other people to read. So maybe take one little tiny energetic step back and allow some more room for her to come in so that she can express herself too. Because I'm super expressive like that as well. But sometimes we can be so expressive that we're not allowing the other person to express fully, even if we think we're letting them do that. But you can tell by the action about how they're reacting to things. But looks good for me if you can back it up a little bit. I think she's a little insecure and she is in a growing pattern right now as far as developing her security and who she is, and also spiritually. I think she kind of wanes back and forth a lot with that. She's just going through that motion. So obviously you can help her with that, but it has to be in a way where it's not teaching but leading. I don't think she needs you as a teacher. I think she needs you as a partner on the roller coaster, right? So I would kind of approach things that way. But I do see her caring about you very much, yes. But I'm just going to say pay attention to those little subtleties in the way you're handling things energetically to make it easier for her securely to walk in the door. It's hard to be with really strong people, and it's hard to be with empathetic people who are emotional because, again, hard to read, right? It's like throwing a rubber ball off a padded room. It just kind of goes real fast, hits the wall, and falls down. They don't know how to read it sometimes. That's what it feels like, rushing with all this emotion, getting there and going, oh, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. So it just feels like that a little bit for me. But yeah, I think Sarah's going to be fine. I think you just have to give some more space, okay? You can be a little much sometimes, kiddo. Just give a little space. And then Matt Link. So sorry, I hope that helps. I forgot to say that. And you are very welcome. Matt Link, I will get right with you. And Michael, let me see what she's struggling, and you're trying to give her patience and figure out her things. Yeah, I think that's still where it is. And I think it's going to be that way for a little while, but it's, listen, Michael, you're a super intelligent guy. You have to give space. Do you know what I mean? A lot of space. A lot of space. And sometimes when we think we're giving it, we're not. Sometimes we think we are, but we're not. We have to control our energetic, even in the thought about the other person, even if they're not in the other room. So just keep giving space and things will get there, okay? Just relax. It'll be absolutely fine. You're just intense. It's all good. All right, Matt. Hey, Sherry. We have got Sherry Jewell in the house, another talented medium. I'm hoping to get her on the network here soon at some point. She is a hoot. So let me get over to Matt and see what I can do. And guys, I'm sorry I'm having to scroll back and through y'all's comments. I'm doing the best I can do, but y'all can't expect too much. Don't expect too much. I'm just telling you, you'll be sadly and sorely mistaken. I'm joking. You should expect a lot out of me. You have to push me here. Okay, Matt Link, here we go. So the card I got for you is a 54 number, which is a 9, okay? And this card is called The Crossing, and it's about initiation. So here we go. Isn't that something? Isn't that a cool card? It's flipping cool. So congratulations, I guess, but it feels like you're overwhelmed. I mean, congratulations on crossing the bridge, right? For crossing over into a whole nother phase of life. But it feels like you're overwhelmed more than anything to me. I think you have a lot of responsibility and self-pressure on your shoulders a lot. In fact, I'm feeling it in the mid of my back right now, which means you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world all the time. But yeah, it feels like a whole lot of that. Now, the crossing over thing, I don't know if you are looking for a new relationship or if you're looking for a new relationship, one's coming in. Let me just stop there. If you're not, if you're in a committed relationship, then there's a burst of regeneration that's going to come in with this thing that kind of blossoms into, I don't know, something really beautiful again. You need a break too, though, but you need something really beautiful. You need like, oh God, this is vulgar. I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. You need like really amazing, romantic, hot love making and a really good breakfast behind that, and then just level and cool, right? Like no drama, level and cool. You need a burst of that in your life, an interjection of passion and consideration and kindness. And I do see all those things coming in. The new beginnings that I see for you are relationship related, also work related. It looks like for me that there are some changes coming up for you financially with work. Not in a bad way, but it does influence a little bit how you view stability, and especially with like home and family and how you view things like that. So there's something coming up in that. We'll have to keep in touch. Let me know. Make sure you come in next week too and keep me updated with what's happening. But some of that's coming in. I don't see that happening until we get around October 6th. When I get dates like that, I'm going to tell you. But it looks like for me around October 6th, you have something coming in that's kind of pushing in that job area. So we'll know something for sure by then. But just touch base with me and let me know how it goes. And if you have any other questions, jump in, sweetie. Ask away. I'm here for the next 15 minutes. I'm just here to keep everybody giggling if I can. I don't even know if I'm funny tonight. I have no idea. Okay, Jay, Carol's having a baby. I think she's having a baby in a way. Let's call it giving birth to a whole new level of mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right. KJ, you love the cards? I do too. Aren't they cool? They're so pretty. And I'm not a card person. Y'all know that's just never been my gig, but I really like these. Hi, Mina. How you doing? Yep, I see you, sweet girl. I will get you a reading in just a second. Guys, y'all make sure that you pressure Sherry real hard. We're going to see if we can give a lot of peer pressure to make her join the network. I think she would have fun with you guys, and I think y'all would have a lot of fun with her. Okay, let's see. Let me make sure. Okay, so Mina, I know, is next in line. And then KJ, I will definitely get on it. Matt, you are very, very welcome, sweetie. Hey, Sandy Gross. You didn't miss it. You made it. Last 15 minutes. You know what's awesome is that you won't be in the majority of the people who tune in for 6 seconds and then check out. You'll be in the minority of people who are here in the last 6 seconds. I'm just teasing. Sorry, guys. Y'all know I got to be a smarty. Okay, Mina. Let me pull you one of the new tarot cards. I'm going to pull from the other deck. I can't shuffle them because they're too damn big for my hands. I'm telling you. I think I need to hire somebody with big hands to be a shuffler. If any of you have abnormally large hands and nothing better to do with your time, I will hire you to shuffle these dang cards so I don't have to do it anymore. So here we go. All right, girl. You got, it's a number 44 card, which reduces down to an 8. And this card is called the Perfect Storm. It's the courage to step into life. All right. You see it? Let me get my face out of the way again. It's so creepy. It's like a horror movie, seeing some old lady's face just, right? So bad. Anyway, there's your card, Miss Mina. So the Perfect Storm. This one's interesting to me because what I pick up with you immediately is that you have very strong opinions and very strong ideas of how things should look. And when they don't look that way, you kind of turn your head like it almost doesn't exist, right? Like you're like, that's so against what I want that I'm not willing to accept anything else. So I think there's a big lesson. Here they come in the cards. There's a big lesson for you in flexibility. You have to be more open and flexible. And I can hear you right now saying to yourself, I'm flexible enough. I am flexible. I don't know what she's talking about, but I'm going to tell you that sometimes you're not. And that's okay. You have to be more flexible with yourself and with your family, kind of in the way that you control and deal with things. So coming in for me is a couple of things. It feels like for me that you feel a little bit slighted, like you're not getting what you want right now out of work and relationship. It looks like you're kind of emotionally separating yourself from both because it's kind of a coping mechanism of how to deal with it. Where work is coming in, I don't see any grand movement there. I don't see any big shifts that make it change for you. So I think this flexibility is in the mentality of how you're dealing with things. It's in the mindset. It has to be in the mindset. I don't know why I'm also being told to tell you you're a lot like your grandmother. I also see her in that same way. Like if I can't see it this way, if I can't have it this way, it doesn't exist, right? That mindset is kind of good when it comes to manifesting, as long as we are flexible. And so I think that's the one area where you need to kind of work on things, is in that flexibility of the manifestation, of the way that you pull things in and the way that you view them. Security wise, you're absolutely fine. You have security guarding you on every side, right? You're actually a really, really lucky girl. But we got to find gratitude in that security that you have, and maybe be a little more flexible with the expectation. If you feel like you can't do that, then we need to change the way that you're looking at manifestation a little bit, because it feels like for me, you're manifesting things that are close to what you want, but they're not all the way there. And that's resistance based on that firmness, that inflexibility, right? So that thing needs to be worked on. So meditate, girl, I guess. Do whatever works for you, or find something that works for you, right? But you have to find a way to be more flexible. Do some yoga, stretch out, meditate for a little while, and get yourself grounded again. You'll be fine. Everything will be awesome. All right, KJ, you like the new cards. Ooh, is there anything you need to know? You feel so uncomfortable this week and the dreams are painfully dull. You feel stuck? You drama queen. Are you kidding me? Listen, you don't want to dream right now. Dreaming right now is the worst thing to do. There's so much funky energy flying around out there. People need fly swatters, right? Like it is ridiculous. I have felt like crap for about the past week, and I couldn't figure out why I felt like crap. But I've had migraines and just felt, yeah, just really nauseous and really, really sick. And then I found out yesterday that one of my dearest friends has passed. And so I know that that has a big play in it. But let me see if there's anything you need to know other than being a drama queen and a stubborn pain in the ass. Let's see. 52 reduces down to a 7. That's my number, girl. And it's called Straddling Worlds, Wandering Between Realms. How awesome is that? Right? So you know that little talk I was just giving Mina about expectations kind of applies here too. Listen, you can't expect that it's going to be profound all the time. The truth is, it is always profound. It's in the way that we view it, right? All of the things that you're going through mentally and physically and spiritually are shifting you profoundly. It's just you've gotten used to a certain adrenaline level. So, no, you need to relax with all of that. Everything for you is actually looking really good for me. I would like to see a little more rest on your end. I don't think you're resting enough. I don't think you're sitting down enough. I don't think you're spending enough time dealing with yourself. I think it's easier to escape into the other world to not have to deal with your life right now. But I also think that's it's not beneficial for you. It's not serving the higher purpose. It's good to take a little trip every once in a while, but then we have to come back home. Okay, it's like sleeping in a hotel bed for too long. Feels good the first night or two, but then you need to go get back in your own bed, right? I would like to see you resting a little more and taking care of yourself a little more and stay a little more grounded. Being way out there is not always the best thing, and enjoy the downtime of no dreaming. The dreams are not going to be intense right now, you guys, especially going through this weekend, this energy. We are, with this retrograde, really being pushed to set massive, massive boundaries with everyone about what is okay for us and what is not okay for us. And if ever you were going to have those conversations and manifest real change in that regard of the way that you deal with relationships, whether it's family or work or spouse, this weekend is actually the time to do that. It's the time to be like, you know what, I'm good. Or these are the boundaries. This is the way I would like things to be. We have to come to a meeting of the mind. So it's a really good time to be working on that, you guys. Take advantage of that energy and work it. Establish some boundaries. All right, let me see. Sandy Gross, you wanted to get a reading as well? Get an automatic shuffler, Sherry. Thanks, smart bud. I do need to get one. Send me a link, Sherry. I'll get one for sure. It's, you know what it is? It's, I don't work, Sherry, I don't work with cards, and they're huge and my hands are little. It just feels awkward. Like, you know that, like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I do know what to talk with my hands. I'm Italian. I talk with my hands, right? But when I got cards in them, I can't really get stuff to come out of my mouth. So, Mina, let's see. Can you tell me about your life coaching business, growing it, and anything about leaving teaching? Currently teaching in person, but kids who can't come in person. Okay, listen, on the life coaching, yes, over the next 6 months, but it looks like for me there's a lot of different modalities that have to be looked at here and a lot more structure. Like you need to almost have like a very defined handbook, but again, with some flexibility, but strong, strong structure in exactly what it is you want to do so you can manifest it in exactly that way. I'm more fly by the seat of my pants. You're not. You need something that's very detailed and outlined, but over the next 6 months, that will absolutely come in more into fruition for you. As far as the regular teaching, that will have to carry on for the next 8 to 9 months. In fact, I would say the rest of the school year, but it's kind of a transition into what you really want to do. So in Italian, we would say piano, piano, huh? Little by little. Just take your time, be flexible, be patient, but be very detailed where the business is concerned for sure, okay? And I think you're going to do really well with it. All right, Miss Sandy, let me get to you. Oh, Sandy Pants. I'm feisty today. I think I got too much sleep yesterday. I think I slept like 14 hours. Okay. You got a card with 24 reducing to a 6, and it is the Galactic Mushroom. We had this one earlier, the Divine Matrix. There we go. I love these cards. They're so cool. I don't know why that makes me laugh. It's like an Oompa Loompa jumping up out of a donut. This is why I don't read tarot cards. Do you see how stupid I am? I couldn't do it. I would be laughing at myself the whole time and I'd never get anything done. But this is about, for you, lots of new beginnings coming in. There are some decisions that have to be made within the family. And it looks like that has to do with the new beginnings, with this cycle of newness that's coming in for you guys. It is going to hit you guys really hard. So this reading's kind of for you and your family because this is really intertwined with you. But it's going to hit you guys. You're going to see things moving forward really, really hard come November and into December. I don't know if somebody's moving or they're buying a new house, but it looks like something's going on there. There's spending coming in, okay? And it feels like things are moving. So it's spending. Where money's concerned, I know that you're like breaks, right? But in this situation, you're going to have to be kind of flexible with it. This is, again, it's a family related thing. Holy camole. All right, so just be prepared. That's the best I can tell you. Whatever this family thing is, I don't know why it feels like a male energy that this is centering around. A gentleman man in your life, whether this is a young man or an older man. I can't quite make out because it comes kind of in between for me. But there is something coming in that's going to push that movement forward, but it is circling around that person. And around the entire family. This does affect the entire family. I can't wait to see what this is. But whatever it is, there it is. I'm going to pull another one because I'm trying to get some more clarity on you. And you've got new people coming in, is what this looks like for me. And I will say this. There is somebody coming in that I want you guys to be a little wary of. This looks like a new friend or somebody who just shows up kind of out of the blue, but it also feels like a man for me in his 30s, I would say 27 to 30, that's going to come in and seem too good to be true, too nice, too funny, too all of those things. And I feel a little bit of that con artist kind of feeling around that person. So I'll say whenever this person shows up, please be very careful because I sure don't want that to be part of the movement thing that's coming in. But I do see that coming in just kind of in a side window. It's strange. I'll have to see if I can get some more clarity on that. All right, Mina, let's see. You get what I mean? And you have no relationship because you work too much. You work out too much. Oh, God. Okay, girl. Well, balance, right? But focus on one thing at a time. It's okay. Sometimes the only relationship we need to be in is with ourselves. Okay, Lisa, I did not forget you, darling, but thank you for reminding me. I just got skipped around a little bit, I think. But I will jump in and get you for sure. So let me pull a card for Miss Lisa. All right. Ooh, this is a 23 reducing down to a 5, and this is the Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. Both of which you feel like you haven't had any of. So I'm giggling because we have to be able to laugh at ourselves, right? But it's a cool card. So listen, a lot of this comes down to self-view of how you view yourself. I think a lot of the time you put roadblocks up, not meaning to, and kind of shoot yourself in the foot. You can be a little bit of a pessimist at heart sometimes. And it's more about finding that magic, right? There's also a naivety to you. I think that you expect things are just going to work out and then they go bad and you're like, what the hell? There's some balance things there that have to be dealt with. Most of the things coming up around you are within relationships, and this is private relationships, family and friends. But it's also about how you communicate. There's such an emotional communication for me, but with you, but it feels like it boils up and then it's just right, like it's getting held inside and then it's verbal diarrhea. So I think we have to work a little bit on how we're dealing with emotion and how we communicate, because I think people around you a lot of the time don't know how how to relate. They don't know what's coming. They don't know how to relate. They don't know what's coming next. So you have to be a little more stable in that sense. If you're more consistent with saying what's on your mind, whether it's good or bad, people know more what to expect from you. So let's try consistency. I like that word. Let's go with consistency. There's also something you're supposed to be finishing up. This is interesting. I'm not sure, Lisa, if you're in the, well, you are, but I'm not sure if you have a baby coming in, or if there's talk of a baby, or if there's a baby already there. But there's something about a completion with a birth and with a child. So if you are not pregnant or don't want to be pregnant, please use protection. And or this may be someone very close to you, because it feels like for me this is a soul, kind of like a soul connection. This is a child or a person coming in to connect with your specific soul group, your specific family. So pay attention there. And like I said, just work on the communication thing. Just stay on top of it a little bit more. All right, let's see. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? Because we have got to go, guys. I'm just going to run through this real quick. Oh, KJ, you're 52, the same number as the card? Funny how that works, huh? Woo, holy moly. Did I give my big dog some CBD? So mellow? No, I put the fear of God in them. I got a new sofa today, and I have threatened both of their short-lived lives if they get on it. So they're both real calm. All right, Miss Sandy, you're welcome. And Lisa, you're welcome. Guys, I want to thank y'all for being with me. I'm sorry I'm not overly spunky. I still have the headache a little bit. But even with the headache, super grateful that all of you are here. We love you. We've missed you guys so much. And I will see you guys next Wednesday, not on Thursday. Sunday, we have Wanda coming in. Monday, Rachel will be back. Both the girls will be back. We will have Victor on Tuesday, and then me on Wednesday. And then maybe if y'all aggravate Sherry enough, y'all will have her on too. So I love you guys. Y'all have a good one. And remember, with this energy this week, especially this weekend, get a bottle of wine, stay in your damn pajamas, and zip it the lip it, huh? Y'all got this. Take care.